Welcome back to Hard Hat Chat. I'm Justin Smith, CEO of Contractor Plus, and joining me as always is Gerritt, CEO of Build Pro. Today, we're stepping into a topic that's equal parts frustrating, confusing, and oddly entertaining for contractors everywhere. Today's topic could be its own comedy special, its own documentary, and definitely its own support group. Why homeowners are binge-watching TikTok DIY videos and then calling contractors like it's our fault gravity is still a thing. We're living in a world where people watch 6 20-second clips and treat it like a trade school degree. They see someone renovate a bathroom in a 30-second time lapse with peppy music, and suddenly they think home improvement requires no permit, minimal tools, and a good playlist.
Social media has changed the way people think about building, installing, fixing, and making over anything in a house. TikTok and Instagram Reels make projects look quick, clean, and fail-proof. What they don't show is the 6 hours of unseen footage where the creator stripped a screw, drilled through a pipe, realized the house was not built square, had to call 3 friends, YouTubed 48 different videos, cursed at the wall, and then cut the wrong board twice, even though they measured 3 times. The video always jumps from problem to solution without showing the breakdown in between.
Exactly. The internet has turned DIY into a spectator sport. We scroll and consume projects we will never do, the same way we watch people cook meals we'll never make. Homeowners binge watch confidence. The problem? Confidence doesn't carry a warranty. Confidence doesn't carry insurance. Confidence doesn't come with experience. But TikTok makes confidence look like the only requirement. People think because they saw someone in Ohio install herringbone flooring on video, they can recreate the same result in a house that hasn't been level since the Carter administration.
You know what contractors hear the most now? We tried to start it ourselves. Those 5 words should be printed on contractor coffee mugs. That phrase means a weekend project turned into a month-long saga. It means walls were opened, wires were discovered, pipes were exposed, and now the homeowner wants a quote, but they want the price to reflect the part that they already did, which is usually the part the contractor now has to undo before they do anything else.
And the funny part is the DIY content creators are extremely talented creators. The visuals are incredible. The editing is impressive. The music syncs beautifully. They deserve credit. But the platforms don't reward accuracy. They reward watch time. Efficiency gets views. Struggle does not. That means tools magically appear in their hands. Supplies are always the correct amount. Paint goes on 1 coat. Nobody ever shows the scene where they had to go back to the store 3 times because they forgot something, miscalculated measurements, or bought the wrong finish. TikTok has also changed the conversation at the kitchen table.
Homeowners used to say, "We want this fixed." Now they say, "We saw a video where they used this technique with this tool, and it looked easy," which changes the contractor's role. Contractors used to explain what was needed. Now they also explain why what the homeowner saw is impossible on their house, because their house isn't a soundstage with perfect lighting. It's a house that's been worked on by 9 previous owners, and at least one of them owned duct tape and confidence in equal measure.
We're laughing, but there's a serious side. Social media isn't just entertainment, it's influence. It sets expectations, it shapes perception. It creates false price anchors. Homeowners see DIY projects that cost a few $100s in materials and suddenly think professional labor should only cost a little more than that. They don't see the cost behind the camera: insurance, liability, expertise, the time to fix mistakes, the truck that brought the tools, the training that taught the technique, the warranties that back the work.
And the reason they end up calling contractors after binge-watching DIY isn't because they're incapable or intelligent. It's because reality carries complications that content doesn't. Walls hide problems. Attics hide surprises. Crawl spaces hide nightmares. A project online always starts at step 1. A project in real life starts wherever the previous owner decided to get creative.
The best part is when homeowners explain what they tried. They always start politely and end with a confession. We just thought we could remove the cabinet. Then the pipe started leaking a little. Then the leak got worse. Then we watched another video. Then we tried something else. And now everything is wet and we can't turn the water back on. That moment is where DIY meets its natural boundary.
TikTok is the gateway drug to calling a contractor. People watch enough videos to get inspired, attempt enough to get stuck, then call a professional to get rescued. The problem is, they come into the call already thinking they know the playbook. Now contractors aren't just solving the problem, they're recalibrating expectations.
And let's be fair, DIY content does have value. It empowers people. It educates people. It gives homeowners confidence to handle small projects. It helps them understand the craft. But it also creates the illusion that everything is small, that every problem is a weekend project, that every renovation fits between brunch and bedtime.
Homeowners call contractors after binge-watching TikTok for one main reason: the gap between how easy it looked and how hard it actually was. The internet shows the highlight, the contractor handles the reality.
And when we come back after a short break, we're going to break down how DIY culture changed the contractor-customer relationship, the psychology behind why people try it themselves, and why contractors shouldn't dismiss it, but learn how to communicate alongside it.
Because contractors aren't just fixing homes anymore. They're fixing expectations shaped by 15-second videos with perfect lighting.
Stay tuned. We'll be right back after a short break. And hey, if you're a contractor looking to scale your business without adding more chaos, check out Contractor Plus. It's the only app you'll ever need to run your business from start to finish. CRM, estimates, invoices, payments, plus powerful integrations like QuickBooks Online, Zapier, Authorize.net, ABC Supply, and more. Go further, win more, and work smarter with Contractor Plus. We're back, and let's get into the deeper side of this, because TikTok DIY isn't simply a trend. It's changed the psychological relationship between homeowners and contractors. A decade ago, people called contractors because they didn't know what to do. Now, they call contractors because they knew what to do, tried what to do, regretted what they did, and now want you to pretend none of that ever happened.
The psychology is fascinating. TikTok taps into curiosity. Our brains love watching transformation. We love the before and after. It's satisfying. It hits the same part of the brain that loves personal improvement stories and weight loss journeys. The problem? Those videos don't show the pain, only the payoff. And let's be real, contractors know the pain part very well.
Exactly. Homeowners binge watch projects without binge watching the learning curve. They see a 40-second transformation, but don't see the 40 years of skill behind it. They see someone edging a tile line perfectly on their first try, but they don't see the 6 broken tiles on the cutting room floor.
And here's something interesting. Part of the reason homeowners try DIY more now is because there's pride in doing it yourself. There's satisfaction. When something actually goes right, it feels incredible. They want to say, I did this. That's a healthy impulse. We're wired to solve problems. But the fact that people take pride in it is the same reason they hesitate to ask for help until things are smoking, dripping, bulging, or sparking.
And TikTok creators do an amazing job making homeowners feel like they're part of the process. They say, you can do this. They encourage, they empower. That's positive. But encouragement without context becomes overconfidence. It's like watching someone at the gym bench 300 pounds and thinking, that looks easy, how hard could it be? Then the bar hits you like a bus.
Meanwhile, contractors live in the real world, the world where houses weren't built yesterday by robots. They were built over decades with different material standards, different building codes, different owners, different mistakes, and sometimes different levels of sobriety. The DIY creator's home might be a perfect demo home. Yours might be a mystery novel.
What TikTok did change, and this is important, is the dynamic of involvement. Customers are more engaged now. They ask better questions. Sometimes they ask absurd ones, but many are curious. They want to understand why something is being done, not just what. That can actually be healthy if handled well.
The challenge is when curiosity disguises itself as direction. When a homeowner says, Couldn't you just? Contractors get nervous because just is a dangerous word. Just reroute the electrical, just open the drywall, just cut around the pipe, just move that support beam. The word just has caused more expensive change orders than any other word in construction.
The trust dynamic shifts too. Before TikTok and YouTube, the contractor was the expert by default. Today, homeowners come preloaded with information, some accurate, some questionable, some dangerous, and the contractor has to navigate all three while still maintaining professionalism.
And the communication style matters now more than ever. Homeowners don't want authoritative, shut down answers. They want conversation, they want explanation. If a contractor says that doesn't work, the homeowner's brain says, but I saw it work on TikTok. If the contractor says, here's why that doesn't work on your home, the homeowner hears something very different.
Here's where contractors win. They understand context. TikTok shows a method. Contractors know when that method applies and when that method is a bad idea. Context is the missing chapter from most DIY content, and contractors have the chapter.
But contractors make a mistake when they respond to TikTok confidence with irritation instead of guidance. If a homeowner says, I saw online that you can do it this way, and a contractor responds with, that's stupid, the relationship is done. The homeowner closes off. The contractor closes off. Now the conversation becomes a negotiation instead of a collaboration.
The most successful contractors I've seen respond calmly and with curiosity. They don't argue the video, they explain the house. They don't say the creator was wrong, they explain how each house is its own blueprint of surprises. When you explain, you educate. When you educate, you elevate. And when you elevate the homeowner, they respect you more.
And here's something contractors need to understand if they want to thrive in the era of DIY influence. Customers don't want to feel talked down to. They want to feel brought in. TikTok created participation. Contractors need to create partnership because when the homeowner sees you as part of their process, not the correction to their mistake, the dynamic changes.
So why are homeowners binge watching TikTok, then calling contractors? Because TikTok offers the hope. DIY offers the attempt. Contractors offer the solution. And all three are becoming a pipeline, whether contractors like it or not.
Next, we're going to talk about how contractors can leverage this trend, not fight it, by adapting communication, pre-framing expectations, using social content themselves, and creating a better customer experience because of DIY culture, not in spite of it. Stay tuned.
We'll be right back after a short break. And hey, if you're a contractor looking to scale your business without adding more chaos, check out Contractor Plus. We're back, and now we're getting into the part of the conversation where contractors can stop rolling their eyes at DIY culture and start actually benefiting from it. Because the reality is this: homeowners binge watching TikTok DIY isn't going away. If anything, it's becoming the new form of homeowner education. The question isn't how to stop it, it's how to work with it.
Exactly. Contractors who treat DIY as an enemy end up in tension-filled conversations. Contractors who treat DIY as curiosity end up with better customers, better conversations, and more respect. Here's something surprising. Homeowners who try things themselves often become the best clients. They've seen the mess. They've lived the frustration. They've inhaled the dust. They've lost the Saturday. They are now fully aware of the difference between inspiration and execution.
It's the classic example of the homeowner who spent 6 hours trying to remove wallpaper, and when the contractor comes and removes it in 20 minutes, suddenly the contractor looks like a magician, and magicians get paid differently than assistants. TikTok makes contractors look either unnecessary or unbelievable, depending on how the DIY attempt went. More attempts, more appreciation.
And this is where contractors benefit. TikTok has made the homeowner more aware of the craft. Maybe not fully, maybe not accurately, but more aware. 10 years ago, homeowners never asked what type of underlayment was used. They didn't ask about sealants, flashing details, grout types, wire gauges, moisture barriers, slope requirements. Now they ask because they've seen it. Sure, sometimes it's misinformed, but it means the door to explanation is already open. And here's the opportunity. Explanation builds reputation.
When you explain without ego, you become the expert without having to demand the role. Homeowners don't want lectures, they want clarity. TikTok gives them curiosity. Contractors give them context. Curiosity plus context is a powerful combination. That's how trust is built. There's another part contractors should pay attention to. DIY content has
Changed how homeowners value documentation. They now expect before and after photos. They expect video updates. They expect progress shots. And contractors who embrace that aren't just meeting TikTok culture, they're turning it into marketing. The transformation story your team creates becomes content the homeowner celebrates. And when they post it, you win trust far beyond that address.
It's ironic. Contractors used to hide challenges because they didn't want to look slow or imperfect. Now, transparency sells. Showing the process, showing the problem, showing the fix, that's what resonates. Homeowners binge process, not perfection. They relate to the struggle. They're drawn to the solve. Social media doesn't require contractors to be polished. It requires them to be real. And contractors who share
Their work build confidence before the quote is ever discussed. When homeowners see the contractors' videos, see everyday jobs turned into shareable stories, they arrive at the conversation already respecting the skill. That changes the negotiation. You're not just one of 3 random quotes. You're the contractor they've already watched solve problems.
So why are homeowners binge-watching DIY, then calling contractors? Because entertainment sparked interest. Interest sparked attempts. Attempts sparked frustration. Frustration sparked respect. DIY didn't replace contractors. It reminded customers why contractors exist. The win for
Contractors isn't in proving homeowners wrong. It's in helping them understand the work and making them feel like part of the journey. When contractors respond with collaboration instead of combat, the process feels personal and people pay for personal.
The homeowners who tried and failed don't need shame, they need solutions. And the contractors who provide solutions with appreciation instead of annoyance build loyalty. And loyalty builds referrals, and referrals build business.
TikTok didn't steal authority away from contractors. It democratized curiosity. It made people care. And professionals who respect curiosity while offering clarity will always win more than professionals who are offended by questions.
At the end of the day, homeowners are binge-watching TikTok DIY because they want to understand their homes. They want to be part of the process. They want to feel capable. Calling a contractor isn't a failure. It's the moment they realize capability sometimes comes with a price, and expertise is worth paying for.
DIY creates appreciation. You don't appreciate the roofer until you try lifting shingles. You don't appreciate the electrician until you open a panel and see the matrix. You don't appreciate the plumber until you remove a clog and discover it was motivated by dark forces. Trying something creates respect for the ones who do it daily.
The future isn't DIY replacing contractors. It's DIY making contractors more valuable by shining a spotlight on what truly goes into these projects. The homeowner isn't calling because they failed, they're calling because they learned.
And the contractors who can look a homeowner in the eye and say, happy to help, let's get you taken care of, instead of, you shouldn't have tried this, will be the ones whose businesses grow because of TikTok, not in spite of it. This has been Hard Hat Chat. Keep building, keep explaining, keep connecting. And remember,
Social media is shaping the customer, but the contractor is shaping the result.
we'll see you in the next episode.